Have you ever wondered where the oil in your kitchen comes from? No, not the kind we get from deep under the ground. I'm talking about vegetable oil, the kind you use to make popcorn pop and French fries sizzle. This amazing stuff comes from special plants called, you guessed it, oil plants. An oil plant is basically any plant, whether it's a giant tree or a small herb growing in a field, that we can use to get oil. It's science you can eat. These plants are nature's very own oil factories working quietly to produce a substance that is incredibly important for all of us. Consider this, they are everywhere, from the tropics to cooler climates, all working to store up energy. So where do these plants hide their liquid gold? It's all about energy storage. Think of it like a plant packing a lunchbox for its baby. Most oil plants store oil inside their seeds. The seed is a tiny package that contains a baby plant or embryo, and it needs a lot of energy to start growing and push its way out of the soil. Oil is a super high energy food, packed with calories, making it the perfect power source for a sprouting seed. If you were to look inside a sunflower seed or a soybean, you'd find it's full of this amazing fuel. Some seeds can be more than half oil by weight. But seeds aren't the only hiding spot. Some plants have a different strategy. Take the olive, for instance. We don't press the little pit in the middle. We press the fleshy, fruity part that surrounds it. The same goes for the oil palm tree. It produces a bright red fruit, and the juicy pulp is loaded with oil. It's a bit like finding a treasure chest, but instead of gold coins, we get a rich, useful oil. This oil in the fruit pulp often serves a different purpose in nature, perhaps to attract animals that will eat the fruit and spread the seeds far and wide. It's a clever way for the plant to get its seeds a free ride to a new home. So whether it's tucked away in a tiny seed or stored in a fleshy fruit, oil is a plant's way of bottling up sunshine and nutrients. When we harvest these plants, we are tapping into this incredible natural energy source. It is an amazing process that starts with a single plant and ends up in countless products we use every single day. The science behind it is just fantastic. From the humble flax plant to the towering palm tree, these green powerhouses are performing a quiet miracle of chemistry, turning sunlight, water, and soil into a substance that fuels both the plant's future and our modern world. It's plant power, and it's spectacular. Now that we know what oil plants are, let's explore what we do with all that amazing oil. The number one use, and the one you probably know best, is for food. Vegetable oils are the superstars of the kitchen. Think about the golden, crispy coating on fried chicken or the way vegetables sizzle in a pan. That's all thanks to cooking oils. They are also essential ingredients in things like margarine, which is a plant-based alternative to butter, and shortening, which makes pie crusts flaky and delicious. Even the dressing you pour on your salad is usually made with an oil base, like olive oil or sunflower oil. These oils don't just help with cooking, they provide our bodies with essential fatty acids we need to stay healthy. But the uses for plant oils go way beyond the kitchen counter. They are true industrial workhorses. For centuries before we had light bulbs, people lit their homes using lamps that burned plant oil. And long before we had petroleum-based lubricants, castor oil was used to grease the wheels of carts to keep them from squeaking. Today, plant oils are a key ingredient in making all sorts of things. The soap and detergents you use to get clean, many of them start with vegetable oil. It's a fantastic natural cleanser. That shiny protective coat of paint on your walls or the varnish on a wooden table, plant oils are often used in those too. Let's dive a little deeper into the science. Different oils have different properties which makes them suitable for different jobs. For example, some oils like linseed oil from the flax plant are known as drying oils. This means they react with oxygen in the air and harden into a tough, solid film. This property is what makes them perfect for making paints and varnishes. They create a durable, protective layer. Other oils are prized for their high smoke point, which is the temperature at which they start to smoke and break down. An oil with a high smoke point, like canola or grapeseed oil, is great for high-heat cooking like deep frying. This incredible versatility means that oil plants touch almost every part of our lives. From starting our day with a piece of toast spread with margarine to washing our hands with soap before dinner, we are constantly interacting with products derived from these plants. Since the 1950s, there has been a huge surge in interest in certain oils, like those from sunflowers and corn, because they are high in something called polyunsaturated fats, which many people look for in their diets. The journey of oil from a simple seed to a bottle of cooking oil or a can of paint is a testament to human ingenuity and the amazing chemistry of the natural world. So we've pressed the seeds and fruits and squeezed out all the precious oil. But what about what's left behind? Do we just throw it away? Absolutely not. Science is all about not being wasteful. The stuff that remains after oil extraction is called meal or cake, and it's an incredibly valuable byproduct. Think of it this way, the oil was the energy part of the seed, but all the protein, fiber, and other nutrients are still packed into the leftover meal. This makes it a fantastic source of protein, and its number one use is as a high-quality feed for farm animals. That's right, the leftovers from making your cooking oil help feed the chickens that lay your eggs, and the cattle that produce your milk. This process creates a wonderful, efficient cycle. We grow a crop like soybeans, press them for oil to use in food and industry, and then use the protein-rich meal to nourish our livestock. It's a brilliant way to make sure that every part of the plant is put to good use. This soybean meal, for example, is a cornerstone of the animal feed industry around the world, providing the protein that helps animals grow strong and healthy. It's a perfect example of how one industry's leftovers can become another industry's primary ingredient. Nothing goes to waste, which is something we scientists love to see. It's efficient, sustainable, and just plain smart. Now there is a little twist. Not all meal is safe for animals to eat. Some plants, like the castor bean or the tongue nut, produce a meal that is poisonous. But even then, we don't throw it away. This toxic meal has another important job to do. Instead of being used for feed, it is used as a natural fertilizer. When it's spread on fields, it breaks down and releases valuable nutrients like nitrogen back into the soil, helping the next crop of plants grow. So even the poisonous leftovers get recycled back into the agricultural system to help grow more food and more plants. It's the circle of life, happening right there on the farm. In a funny way, some oils are actually byproducts themselves. Consider cottonseed oil. The main reason we grow cotton is for its fluffy fiber, which we use to make clothes, towels, and all sorts of textiles. The seeds used to be considered a waste product, but then, we discovered that these little seeds were full of oil. The same is true for corn oil. We grow vast fields of corn primarily for the starchy kernels to use as food and feed. The tiny germ inside the kernel, which is rich in oil, is separated during the milling process, giving us a valuable secondary product. It just goes to show you, in nature and in science, there's a use for everything if you just look closely enough. Oil plants are true world travelers. You can find them growing in almost every corner of the globe, from the hot, humid tropics to cool, temperate plains. The type of oil plant that grows in a particular place depends on the climate. In tropical and semi-tropical regions, especially in places like Malaysia, Indonesia, and West and Central Africa, you'll find the heavy hitters of the oil world. The undisputed champion is the oil palm. This one tree produces more oil per acre than any other crop on the planet. Coconuts, which give us coconut oil, also grow on tall palm trees that thrive on sandy tropical coastlines in places like the Philippines. As we move away from the equator into cooler, more temperate regions like North America, Europe, and parts of Asia, the cast of characters changes. Here, the soybean is king. It's an incredibly versatile plant that grows well in the vast farmlands of the American Midwest and Brazil. Another major player in these cooler zones is the sunflower with its iconic giant yellow head that follows the sun across the sky. Then there's the mustard family, which gives us canola oil, also known as rapeseed oil, a crop that paints entire landscapes bright yellow in the springtime in countries like Canada. And we can't forget flax, a delicate plant with a beautiful blue flower that gives us linseed oil. Each of these plants has adapted perfectly to its environment. Olives, for instance, love the Mediterranean climate. Think of Italy, Greece, and Spain, with their long, hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. The gnarled, ancient olive trees you see there have been producing oil for thousands of years. The castor bean, on the other hand, is a tough plant that can grow in a variety of tropical and subtropical climates, and is a major crop in India. This amazing geographical diversity means we have a steady, global supply of different types of oils, each with its own unique properties and flavors. So why is this global distribution so important? It means that no matter where we live, we have access to these incredible natural resources. Oil plants are a fundamental part of our global food system and economy. They provide cooking oils for our kitchens, protein-rich feed for our farms, and raw materials for our industries. From the energy packed into a single soybean, to the incredible productivity of a palm plantation, these plants are powerhouses of nature. They demonstrate the remarkable ability of the plant kingdom to capture the sun's energy and turn it into a substance that nourishes and sustains us all. Now that is some seriously cool science.